In Persia lived two brothers, Qasim and Ali Baba. They had both married and were living separately. Under Qasim, there is a girl slave named Morgiana, and there is also an important character, the captain of the thieves. Ali Baba and his family were poor, so for a living, Ali Baba cut wood. Meanwhile, Qasim had leached off of his rich wife. One day, Ali Baba was out in the forest cutting wood when he saw a group of thieves. He found them opening the entrance to a secret cave. So, in result, Ali Baba opens the cave and finds out there are treasures inside. Ali Baba takes this home. Qasim's wife finds out that Ali Baba and his wife had gotten some riches. As a result, Qasim is outraged and demands Ali Baba to tell him where he had found the riches. He goes to the cave and is surprised by all the riches and gold he has found. However, as Qasim is leaving, Qasim forgets the magic words and is stuck in the cave. When the thieves come back, they slaughter Qasim into pieces. The body parts are taken and the captain wonders where it has gone. The night after, the captain of the thieves dresses up as a merchant of oil. However, Morgiana finds out that he is actually the captain of the thieves and has come to kill Ali Baba. She outsmarts the captain by pouring hot oil into all the barrels where the thieves are hiding. The next day, Ali Baba invites the captain again, who is disguised, for dinner. However, Morgiana also knows that this is the same person who tried to kill Ali Baba earlier. So she hides a knife under her dress, and when she has the time, she stabs Qasim in the stomach, where he is now killed. As a reward for being cunning, Ali Baba gives Morgiana his son in return. And that is how they live to this day, wealthy and living a comfortable life. The illusions that can be found include greed as Qasim's and his wife. Also, Morgiana is cunning, and the fake barrels of oil is also leading to authenticity. The pop culture that is shown is the rhyming and stealing by the Beastie Boys, which reference Ali Baba and the thieves, and there's the marketing where people are related to the thieves as greedy and ruthless, and Hands of Gretel where the witch is cunning. In a village far away lived a fisherman and his wife. The fisherman would go out to sea every day as that was his job. However, the woman stayed home as she had work at home to do. Their home was a small pigsty that was full of odor, but big enough to fit the two of them. One day, the fisherman went out to sea and had caught nothing except for this large orange flounder. As he brings the flounder on board, he realizes that the fish can talk. The fisherman, of course, is surprised at this. The fish had claimed to be an enchanted prince and wants to be freed. The fisherman lets him go since he is a talking fish and it will be no good if he had eaten it. So he lets the fish go and returns home right after. As he gets home, his wife realizes that he has caught nothing, and to make sure, she asks him if he had caught anything that day. The fisherman replies by saying no, and of course, the wife questions why he had not caught anything. The fisherman tells her that he had caught an enchanted prince and let it go. The wife tells the fisherman to go back and ask the flounder for a hut. He is on his way to the flounder. He calls to the flounder and asks if he can live in a hut. The flounder grants the wish and tells him to go back home and that he will find his wife standing in front of the hut. When he returns home, he sees a nice hut with grass and a garden and his wife standing in front of it. They sleep in that hut for one night, and the next day, the wife is no longer content with living in the hut as she thinks it's too small for them. So she tells her husband to go back and asks the flounder to live in a castle, a great stone castle. The fish grants the wish and has the fisherman return home. However, the wife's greed is increasing. She wants to become a king, an emperor, and lastly a pope. And however, this is not the end. The wife wants to control the sunrise and sunset, so tells her husband to go back and ask the flounder if she can be as equal as God. So the fisherman goes back, but this time, instead of the flounder granting the wish, the flounder tells the fisherman to go back and says that he will find his wife standing in front of the pigsty, the one that they had originally lived in. And that is how they live to this day. The illusions that can be found include greed, such as greedy as the fisherman's wife, and miracles that have been granted by the flounder. Cinderella is a pop culture that alludes to this. There's the concept of nothing lasting forever, as the magic had ended at midnight and the flounder had returned everything back to normal. Aladdin and the Wonderful Lamp shows the miracles that have been granted by the flounder, and of course the genie. Robber Bridegroom is a book that alludes to this by saying that a character is greedy as a fisherman's wife.